What's up? What's up? What's up, bro?
Hey,
How you
what's
doing?
going on, bro? How you doing?
Hey, man, I'm doing good, bro. We getting off to a late start, but it's all good.
Look, we back at it again. Another Thursday. Another
Hey,
Thursday.
it's another Thursday, kicking it with the Kellys, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're on the West Coast, what time is it out there, man?
We're an hour behind you guys, so it's seven. I got 7:09 out here right now.
Okay, you're what was that? What
It's
Midwest time?
Central
Central
Central Central Standard Time.
Central Standard Time. Okay,
Uh
cool.
huh. Uh huh.
We gonna let a couple people get in, but hey man, you looking like Dapper Dan there, man.
Hey man, look, I said I gotta upgrade my whole profile. I see how you be doing it, week in and week out. Look, I haven't got to the patterns yet in my
Hey,
shirt though.
Chris,
I just started out with a basic white,
you doing
but
the base?
yeah, yeah.
Nah, Chris, you got the fresh cut. I see you, man. You
Look,
doing it up, man.
hey, look. I got a man. It's a blessing, man. I celebrate my 35th birthday on Sunday.
Woo!
Yeah, man.
35, man.
35, man. 35. So I feel like you got to do things a little
Yeah,
bit
Chris,
different.
you got to do things
You got to
different.
do a little,
Because
little
I
things a
was
little bit different.
35. I was 35 some man
Some
just
time
last
ago,
year.
it's been some time. You say it's been some time.
But don't you feel like you got to move different, move in
Oh,
different
Arthur.
circles? Your
Arthur.
lingo got to be different, everything, right?
Arthur, I'm on my to-do list. I have to go buy a Kango hat.
Okay, there you go.
Okay, I'm gonna start getting some scarves,
Okay,
and then I want to just move a whole lot slower. I just want to walk slower,
there you go.
talk slower, all that. Cause see,
Yeah,
you've moved out the young. I don't want to be considered a young adult
yeah,
anymore.
yeah,
I
yeah.
moved to a different bracket,
There we
so
go.
that's how I want to be, from
That's
now.
what I'm talking about. I'm talking about. It sounds like you got that Theodore Roosevelt walk softly, carry a big stick. I'm talking. You got that kind of
you
vibe
said
going on.
you said Theodore Roosevelt. Don't do Teddy like that. Don't do Teddy like that. But yeah, man.
Hey, hey, Nicole. Nicole said happy. She said happy belated, but I think she's wishing you happy early birthday
Well,
to you,
take it.
bro.
Thank you, big cuz. I really appreciate all the love.
Man,
Appreciate it.
Craig, can you believe that we have lived to see to our mid 30s, man?
Arthur, I'm looking back on how that time has flown by.
Right.
Arthur, we was just in NYSP.
Corinthian. Oh,
We
don't
was
even get
just riding the bus to Gildersleeve. We
Corinthian.
was just like I'm talking about. It seems like yesterday. We was just in jet together because we did jet together.
We did jet together, man.
And now seeing 35, peaking at 35, and see you've been over the hill now for a while. So you can see 40 in your purview.
In my purview.
You see what I'm saying? So it's
Time slow down. So I think they said time waits for no man. So we just gotta embrace the life that we're in. But we always just have to continue to try to do something different, be
yeah,
better than we were in our 20s and in our
yeah,
teens.
yeah,
We've learned a lot, man. We've learned and grown. We've experienced a lot.
yeah,
So I believe in definitely, talking to the younger generation and telling them, mistakes I made and then some challenges I faced, but how I overcame them.
yeah.
And, but, it's still a process, 35, 36. We still got ways to go, Lord willing.
Yes,
We trying
sir.
to live to be mom's age and dad's
Yeah,
age and our,
yeah.
grandparents' age. So
Yeah. It's I like you said, it's definitely a blessing being able because Arthur, we know folks that didn't make it to see 30.
ooh,
We know
Corinthian.
folks that didn't make it to see, 35. So I definitely see that as a blessing. And, one of the things that hopefully we get a chance to impart to the younger generation or those folks that look up to us and come behind us,
Right,
friends and family, you
right.
know, it's one of those things. I'll say it like this: progress, not perfection. So
Ooh,
my goal is to improve each day.
there we go. I love it.
I mean, just even I'll put it in math terms. If you improve 1% each day for a year,
I love it.
you know you, your gains by the end of the year is gonna be is gonna be powerful and impactful. So
Wow, Corinthian, I saw the other day one of your childhood friends had posted something on Facebook.
yeah,
I think it was y'all's kindergarten.
kindergarten kindergarten teacher, Miss Crinklaw, Miss
Miss
Crinklaw,
Crinklaw.
Miss
Wow.
Crinklaw from Detro Elementary School.
The school with no walls.
Oh, the school with no wall with the pies that you used to joke. You and Dare used to joke and
Man,
say,
we
"Yeah, I
used
ain't
to
got no
joke.
doors."
But Corinthian, isn't it amazing that I remember Miss Crinklaw? I didn't
Oh
even
man,
go to the school.
oh man, Miss Crinklaw was awesome, man. Shout out to Detro Elementary off Curtis Tigner Road. It was a magnet school.
There you
My,
go.
my boy Larone, I met Larone in kindergarten in Miss Crinklaw's class, man. He's out there doing his thing. And he had posted. He said he had reconnected with Miss Crinklaw 30 years later.
30 years later, man.
30 years later, she still
That's
remembered, still just as sharp. I'm talking about. I think about. I have so many. My elementary school teachers and teachers that I've connected with through Facebook. So I love
yeah.
it. But it's such a blessing just to see them because they were planting seeds back
Yeah.
then. Like they shaped my whole thirst to learn more.
Yeah.
They really set me up on a great foundation and encouraged me. So when I think about that, I'm like, I know people that have horror stories about school when they think about
Ooh,
school. That
yeah,
was that was
yeah.
not my experience, man.
That wasn't my experience either, Corinthian. And I mean, the fact that you can remember so vividly about your kindergarten teacher is just amazing.
Yeah.
My first grade teacher, Miss Pappas,
Wow. I
Corinthian,
remember
and
that name.
Miss Pappas, Corinthian. And the thing is, I didn't know what colleges my teachers went to,
Uh-huh.
coming up. But I found out that a lot of them, received their teacher's license from Old Dominion. So at the
Wow.
ODU games, I was running into Miss Pappas, I was running into Miss Seaborn, obviously Miss Rankins,
Wow. Yeah.
got her
Yeah.
teachers like from ODU. So it was
Yeah.
just, I mean, it's just amazing that we can remember, and like you said, all of those teachers had a lasting impact in our lives, and can you believe it that we're both in some sort of education
Yeah.
right now?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's pretty cool.
That whole full circle when it all comes full circle,
Yeah,
kind of feeling is so cool. But you and Daryl, I know you and Daryl, y'all went to McIntosh.
yeah. We went to Corinthian, man. Oh man, we had some good times in McIntosh School. Corinthian. I went to McIntosh with some superstars. I'm just thinking about like Yvette Lewis, man, who
Olympians. We talking about
Olympian.
Like Arthur, we grew up with Olympians, heroes,
Olympian.
like
You know what I'm saying?
heroes. Arthur,
That's just
heroes.
amazing. Kia said
Amazing.
she was bad in elementary. Oh Lord,
See,
Kia has some
see,
horror.
see. It's always that one.
Hey,
See.
Nicole said she was bad too. Man, what was y'all doing in
What
elementary
was you
school?
do, Arthur? You know what I thought about. One of the things that I was thinking about. Remember the excitement that you
Oh,
used to
yeah,
have in going to school. Like school was cool. Getting the stickers, being a
yeah,
good citizen. That
yeah,
was exciting and
yeah.
fun. You used to smile in your pictures in elementary school. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I can't think of nobody mean mugging in their
Corinthian, but
school
listen,
picture.
man, don't bring up pictures because we never get all our pictures say
Oh, it say
portrait.
proof. No,
It
it's
say
gonna say proof on it. No, Arthur, it's gonna say proof. I thought that was who did it. I didn't realize later, you know, They put the watermark on there.
Correct. Man, all our pictures.
Yeah, we've never bought some real pictures.
Never bought, but I look back on that now and I'm like, man, we didn't get no pictures.
Not now one. Not there one.
All
you
we
got
have is the memory.
Yeah. You got your pocket size proof, and and you go from there.
Correct. Man, my kid Nicole said I was being mean for fighting for no reason. Man, fight. I didn't want to fight. We might have fought in the neighborhood, but not in school. Kid didn't put. Oh Lord, kid didn't put attack in her teacher's chair. You know what?
Not Miss Cricklaw chair. You ain't put no tax in my teacher's chair. What? No. Yeah. No.
Crazy. I was in love with my third grade teacher, Miss Powell. If you're listening, I was in love with my third grade teacher.
Oh man.
Lord, kid didn't got in trouble for kissing on a field trip.
See.
You know what? What was y'all doing?
You know what? See, when you don't have that supervision and stuff, stuff goes. But Arthur, I think about, like, I can remember vividly from kindergarten all the way up to fifth grade. Not only the teachers I had, I'm talking about the support staff was up in that school. Yeah. I think about my music teacher, Mr. Glass.
Mr. Glass. Corinthians.
You remember
I
Mr.
remember
Glass.
One of the songs of Ferris Jacques.
Yeah. And Mr. Glass is in there playing that guitar. I connected with Mr. Glass on
But Corinthians, we went to all Facebook. Of y'all's. Y'all had Dutcho days, like the like carnivals, Macintosh too. We did too at Macintosh.
Yeah.
Those were some great times, man. Where we did the water, where you threw the baseball and the Dunkin' booth. Bobbing for candy apples and playing video games in the cafeteria.
It was such
a great time.
It was such a simpler time. Where now looking back, I wish I won't in a rush. Just enjoy those times, man. Like it was really good. I think about my bus driver was awesome, Miss Jane. That drove the bus for us. I'm talking about, well, I can and then when I said the support staff, and then the lessons you can learn from people. Our lunch monitor was Miss Strong, black lady, Miss Strong, and Miss Strong taught me a valuable lesson because I've always been a picky eater.
Yeah.
And I want to say it's second grade, and you remember the vegetable soup.
Vegetable soup, yeah.
With the cinnamon honey bun, with the raisins in it, and the grilled cheese.
Yeah.
I'm sitting up there not touching the
You
stuff.
didn't want to try that.
Didn't want to try
it. Yeah.
And she told me, she said, you never know if you're going to like something or not until you try it.
I like that.
Man, I tried that stuff. That was one of my favorite meals.
It was. Man, speaking of that, what was your favorite meal? And a couple of people have asked me, just out, what do I be having in my red cup? I always have my red.
In your solo, what's in your
this
solo?
episode was brought to you by Coca-Cola. Corinthian, what was some of your favorite lunches? Because we got free lunch, so I won't miss no lunch now.
Oh, I won't miss on the farm. Arthur, you remember the chicken nugget? Do you remember the chicken nuggets?
Oh, chicken nugget. See, but they changed them over the years. They changed them over the years. But chicken nuggets, French fries. My favorite was nachos.
Okay,
nachos. But I had to have a big cookie, the big chocolate chip cookie, Corinthian.
Arthur. And they changed that recipe as well. But
you almost made me spit my drink.
No, they changed that original recipe. They always messing with stuff that's good. I was thinking the other day, what I wouldn't do for a cookie, a big cookie that's hot, that's warm.
Correct there.
And now I progressed to you dunk it in the milk.
In the milk.
Did
you drink white milk or chocolate milk when you? I was a chocolate milk guy.
I was a chocolate milk. I
And it
was a
had to be
chocolate milk
cold.
guy. It had to be
So
cold.
I was digging, they had some in the front, I was like,
You went to the bottom. You gotta
yeah,
go straight to the bottom.
go to the
No,
bottom.
you're right. You're
but
right.
but the thing is, Corinthian, those chocolate chip cookies, I used to make sure I had 50 cents on me. I don't know where I got the 50 cent from because I had to get 2 of them.
Yeah,
I had to get 2 because I had to bring one back to the class and put it in my book bag, class or the bus or ride home. I had to have chocolate chip cookie. But nacho and the chicken sandwich, the spicy chicken sandwich.
Okay. Yeah.
It was some of the best eating ever. And I don't know what happened to the national high school, the school lunch program. I know Michelle, did her thing to try to change it to help with
for healthier,
eating and
healthier
obesity
eating options. Yeah.
But they should have left well enough alone.
Elementary school, and I would even say a Gildersleeve. But by the time we got to high school, I don't know what they was doing.
Oh, well. See, they changed it completely in high school. So, like at Woodside, we had like the Pizza Hut pizza. So I never missed lunch in high school either.
See, Arthur. Now, when I look back on it, I think Denby just had Pizza Hut wrappers. we had the packaging that said pizza, but the pizza. When I look back on it, I think we was hoodwinked and bamboozled.
Y'all were hoodwinked and bamboozled
because the pizza was real greasy, and I don't know why I was doing that.
We had our own lines, because Woodside was new. And we had the pizza line, we had the blue plate special line.
And I'm
see, kids, that's why I couldn't have done South Boston, because I don't know what y'all had on in South Boston. Not many options.
See, I know for a fact already. See, the ambiance at y'all school, because it was newer, it just made y'all stuff taste better.
It just made it better. That's probably what it was. What it was.
I think it was too, because Denby was a seasoned school, our dad graduated from the high school that I attended.
All I knew about Denby was y'all had asbestos.
Man, don't do Denby like
that's
that.
That's all.
Don't do that. Don't do the school like that, man. Don't do it like that.
But Corinthian, honestly, I kind of wish I would have went to. No. I mean, I love Woodside, but I knew everybody at Denby.
Yeah.
So going to Woodside, it was a challenge. It was uncharted territory because Nikita, there were only about 4 people in our neighborhood that went to Woodside.
Yeah.
So I didn't know anybody, man. Didn't know anybody.
But with your personality, with who you are, throwing you into a new situation, you gonna fly, you gonna be a social butterfly and stuff like that, and things. But
No, Corinthian, I think the funnest time in elementary school, I used to love the multiplication chart, the times table, quiz or test that we had, because my 4th grade teacher, she would always give us candy, whoever finished first. I finished first a couple of times. That's when I felt like I could do math. But that was about it. That was about it for me.
You said you maxed out at
4th grade. And from uphill, it was an uphill battle from there.
Man, I'm talking about. I remember we did states and capitals.
Oh,
and we had the states and capitals placemat. So I was good.
Yeah.
About,
you have a good memory, man.
Yeah, I was beasting on that. But I think back to 5th grade, my awesome 5th grade teacher, Miss Clark. And Miss Clark was actually a Virginia Tech grad as well.
Oh,
I didn't know that until much later. But man, I had some really, really great educators.
Well, if everybody didn't know, you did have some great educators, because the thing is, I knew who they were. That's how impactful they were
Yeah.
to your life. So
Mm-hmm.
I already know you did, but if most people don't know, I got held back in the second grade.
Yeah.
So I started school. I'm a December baby, so school started in
Mm-hmm.
September. So I started school early. But when I got into second grade, I guess I wasn't doing so well. So I talked to folks today. To this day, they were like,
Yeah.
"Hold up, weren't we in first grade together?" I was like, "Yeah," but they moved on.
you passed me.
Yeah,
A
yeah.
little bit.
But the
But
thing is, come to find out, Dad told him not to pass me.
you hold it. Look, Arthur, you hold that
I
against him
don't
to
know
this
if I'm holding on to that or not.
man. But see, man, Arthur, you got to tell people like this, man. It's not where you start, it's how you finish. Now, Arthur,
Absolutely
you
right.
you were the first one to get a master's out of us. You know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
So what I'm saying is, I don't. None of that kind of stuff matter.
Yeah.
None of
Well, when
that
you
kind
look
of.
at it like that, well, thank you. I guess. Hey guys, you can do it too.
You could do it.
You
You
can
could
do
do it.
it too.
You'll be all right.
Correct, man. So listen, I just want to tell everybody that we are on podcast. You can catch us on iTunes, our podcast, Kicking with the Kellys. You can also catch us on Spotify, along with our live that we do on Facebook. And obviously, you can press pause, play. You can start on whenever. You can always catch those episodes. And also, we are streaming on YouTube. If you're on YouTube right now, you can type in Kicking It with the Kellys and you can see us on YouTube live. And then you can rewatch as well. So, hey, man, we coming for it, man.
Yeah.
We
Yep.
coming for it. It's
Man,
2021.
it's been surreal seeing that seeing you know our faces from way back in the day at grandma's house
Yeah.
when you search Apple Podcasts, man. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, man.
I couldn't believe it.
It's surreal, man.
It's surreal. It really is. It's surreal.
Nicole said we're doing big things. Kia said that's my master's degree. Yes, thank you, honey. Without a supportive spouse, you can never accomplish anything. So I appreciate you, honey, for all your all your. Oh,
I
yeah.
see where this going.
Yeah,
Look, I see where this going. You need that. You need a support system.
You need the support
You need a
system, so
help
I
me.
appreciate
Look, the words say you need a help
you
me.
need a help me.
You need a help
Man,
me.
they won't let you be great.
Why she had to put that in the thing?
in the chat.
Right on the screen. Why she had to say that?
Good there. All right, so listen, we wanted to talk the other day we were talking about a lot of stuff, man. But we wanted to talk about the stock market, man.
Yeah.
Stock market. I think it's a fitting topic for us. Stock market. I know a lot of people during this pandemic have really got involved with the stock market, or they have started investing more, obviously with some extra cash from stimulus checks and everything like that. You know, what else is there to do but make money, I guess. So I have been dibbling and dabbling a little bit in the stock market. I'm definitely not on your level, but it's a start for me. It's sometimes I got to be honest. Sometimes I am very nervous to try new things, man. It's one of those things that I have to get over that hurdle because, like roller coasters, my first time on any kind of ride was when we was out in that shopping center.
Look
Lot
where the Big Lots is. No,
Big Lot shopping center.
On the Spider. It was called the Spider. It was called the Spider. I know what you're talking about. And you said, "Get me off this thing." That's what you told the people.
If they hadn't stopped that ride for me, it would have been some consequences and repercussions.
Arthur, I remember it.
I don't think I've ever screamed so loud in my life.
Arthur, I remember it. You weren't ready.
Because me and you got on there together.
We got on it together. Yeah. No, Arthur, I was watching you leaning. Arthur, you were leaning over because we supposed to be sitting in the seat, and you over the thing telling them stop this thing, and I was like, Arthur, that don't seem safe. But I was like, okay, well,
Crazy. Crazy. I think I might have been the loudest person they ever had on that ride because they stopped it in mid circle and got me off of that thing, crazy. Yeah. But from that point on, I said I gotta conquer I can't be no punk, man. I gotta conquer my fear.
Yeah.
So my first roller coaster that I was on was when I was in high school, and I got on, and I'm gonna tell if you listening, I'm calling out your name. My girlfriend at the time, Bervita.
Okay.
Got me to get on Apollo's Chariot.
Man, you went from zero. You went from zero.
But see, Corinne, that's what you do when you in a relationship. I couldn't be. I had to try to prove.
You was putting on. Arthur, I was about to say, man, start out with a starter roller coaster. Man,
that's what I was trying to do. But I had to conquer that fear. Now I kept my eyes closed that whole ride.
Yeah.
But I did it. And after I did it, I said, you know what? This ain't so bad.
Yeah.
So from then on, man, I've been riding roller coasters. I'm talking about
you easy fam.
Easy fam. I get on anything now.
What's the craziest roller coaster you've been
on? I would have to say, I mean, Griffin is pretty crazy at Busch Gardens because it goes and then it stops and then you're veering over into the park. Yeah, and then you go down. Okay. But King's Dominion, obviously that H2O where it went straight up and then came straight down.
Okay.
The one that you stand up on, the whole ride, Shockwave.
Yeah.
Rebel Yell was pretty cool.
Okay.
But King's Dominion also has the one that just goes straight up in the air and then just comes straight down like Busch Gardens. Those are pretty crazy because I mean it obviously feels like the floor is falling from out.
That's zero gravity kind of feeling. Man, I'll say the craziest one I've been on at King's Dominion, the Intimidator. Dale Earnhardt. I think it's a 305. Yeah, that one's for real. That was for real. But it's so smooth. I mean, roller coasters nowadays are so smooth, how they designed them and it moves so fast. I mean, you own it and done in 2 minutes. So I like that. I like that one.
I think my favorite roller coaster is Alpengeist.
Okay.
It's just a very smooth ride.
At Busch Gardens.
At Busch Gardens.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's Alpengeist is very good, but
I do like that.
They have a new one. It's in Germantown or Oktoberfest. It's like you're on the Autobahn. That one's pretty cool. It goes really fast.
Okay.
But Alpengeist, I think, is my favorite roller coaster.
I do like Alpengeist. That is a good one. That is a good one. It's smooth. I like that one.
Yeah. All right, so man, let's get into this to this stock market and investing. You have been sending me stuff, and I will have to say I'm like most people. I get something, and I really don't look at it or give it its due diligence, and I need to stop doing that. You told me about some particular people that I need to really follow and look at. And I didn't do it. I was able to log on the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is what he talked." But Corinne, let's talk to the folks, man, about stock market. However you want to set this up, let's go for it, man.
Yeah. Well, you said something a little earlier. You can relate it to roller coasters, to stock market, anything. Fear can be a paralyzer, where you freeze and you don't do anything. And to me, that's one of the worst places to be, stagnant or not moving. To overcome fear, especially I think when it pertains to the stock market, knowledge removes fear. Once you get an understanding of something, then your fear decreases because you have an understanding of what to expect, what's going to happen next. You can make a better prediction. So My journey with the stock market and investing, really, it was a leap of faith. I was afraid. I am very risk averse.
Okay.
When I say risk averse, I like to make money. I don't like to lose money.
There we go.
Okay.
There we
All
go.
right. But with that being said, I had a friend tell me 4 years ago about Robinhood. All right. And he said it's a site that you can get on and you can manage your own portfolio. So instead of you sending money to somebody, a manager, a wealth manager, someone like that, it cuts out the middleman and you do it. You put in as little or as much as you want to, but you're also assuming that risk. So I said, okay, that sounds like a good idea. I like that aspect. I like the aspect that I could control how much I put in. So I
Right.
said 4 years ago, I said I have $100 that I can, if I lose it and I don't see no return, no ROI, I'll be okay. I blow that on food in a week and stuff. So
Yeah.
I was okay. I was okay with that.
Right.
So I put $100 into the Robinhood app 4 years ago, and didn't really know how to research. I was kind of just blind guessing, blind picking some stocks. I got a tip from him. He said, check out this microprocessor company, which I didn't know about. It's called AMD, Advanced Micro Devices, I believe. They make computer chips or processors that
Right.
go into smartphones and stuff like that. So I bought a couple shares of that. I think I bought around 4 shares of that. Got some GoPro shares because I knew what GoPro was. So I said I'll get some of that and a couple others. $100 worth of stocks. What I loved about it, I got those stocks and I just let it sit. I didn't have to do anything. I didn't, you, you know, I luckily for me, once I got the app and bought those stocks, I really didn't do a lot of checking back on it, which was great for me.
Right.
All right. Because if you watching it every day and see how volatile the stock market can go, and what I mean by volatile, it can go up and down
Correct.
depending on the day, depending on the news, what happens. It can it can create some fear in you, some panic where
Right.
you feel like you got to do something. All right. Fast forward, 4 years later, I bought that AMD stock at $13 a share 4 years ago, and now each share, the highest I've seen it at each share was $95 per share.
Wow.
Uh, and then right now it's at between 70 and $80 per share. So it's
Wow.
not even back to its highs yet.
Wow.
But I didn't have to I didn't have to do anything. My money was sitting and my money was making money for me just by sitting. So
Yeah.
when I saw that principle, when I saw I had $100 and now I have over $500 just from those shares, in that little bit of time, I said, well, I can scale up from here. I see kind of what the market does. Um, and then I start thinking, well, how can I multiply this? How can I learn more
Yeah.
to make
Yeah.
better informed decisions about getting some shares? Because I see what the market does.
Right.
If you look at a trend of the market, I'm talking about any of the indexes, Dow Jones, the Nasdaq, things like that. Historically, the trend line is over time the market
Right.
increases. At any point, the market, I mean, the market has some dips and things like that, but historically, the trend line is going up. So once I start seeing that and doing some more research and getting a better understanding, I said I'm willing to invest more. It the knowledge removed that fear of
Ooh.
investing.
So definitely. So you are definitely telling anyone that and Kia tells me that comparison is the thief of all joy. Everybody is not going to be able to invest the same amount starting off in your journey of your stock portfolio. But the thing is, just to see that if you just invest $100, that you can get a return on investment that could be 2 times, 3 times as much as you put in, should let you understand that, wow, this is what they're talking about. So just imagine if I keep doing this, keep reinvesting, and then I'm able to get my volume up in what I do get or invest in, then that's when you really start to see the dividends of what you started with.
Absolutely, Arthur. You're spot on. So again, I started with $100 and saw a 500% return in 4 years. Okay. Yeah. Arthur, I've had money in a bank account since I started working at 14.
Yeah.
And if I tell you how much I've gained in terms of that money sitting in the bank as opposed to sitting in the stock market, one has outperformed the other.
Correct.
Astronomically. You
Correct.
See what I'm saying?
Correct.
So once I saw that principle, I said, well, all right, my money can make money for me by sitting. All right, where do I want my money sitting? Do I want the bulk of my money just sitting in the bank, not really growing for me? Or do I want to diversify in a way? And what I mean by diversify, I'm not saying put all your money in the stock market,
right.
But I'm saying now I want to put a little bit more, in the stock market. Some people use a 33% rule. They put 33% of their income in the stock market. They have 33% in a business. Some have 33% in their savings account and things like that.
Yeah, so, I'm a 5%er like the religion.
You a Hebrew Israelite.
Yeah, I'm a Hebrew
Israelite with the investment. I ain't mad at you. Look,
I'm not there yet, but I want to say, and we're going to get into this too, because I kind of want you to kind of explain to the folks. I'm like with the penny stocks. The stocks that I have purchased have been no more than $2.99. I like to see the McDonald's dollar menu.
look, you gotta start.
I like to see the 4 for $4 stocks. You owe more, but I will say this: $160 investment in one aspect has turned in starting in January 1st. New Year's Day, has turned into over $700 in just this time frame. You know what I'm saying? And these are just little stocks. I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm getting more knowledge, and I'm going to seek more to invest in more. But can you tell the folks about investing in what you know as opposed to trying to play this game, because there's some people that can do it. There are day traders that this is what they do. They see something, they buy a lot of volume in something. I was talking to somebody, you got to have like 25,000 at least into something like that. I don't know, but to do the day trading.
There's day trading, there's option trading, there's all that where you can see people make big gains and they have a commercial where they're on a private jet and things like that. But that takes knowledge of what you're doing.
Right.
Okay. Because you can lose, just like you can gain thousands of dollars, you can lose,
you can lose it
a lot.
Yeah.
And no one is going to say, man, you lost your money, you're short and stuff like that. You just lost your money. It's not there no more. All right. So with that, it's critical. It's biblical, but it's also critical. It says, "In all thy gettings, get an understanding."
Right.
So you want to understand my strategy and what I learned from, and I'll tell you, this guy's the real deal. He's legit. I took a course by a guy, Chris Virgin, a brother that has been invested in the stock market, self-made millionaire. Okay. He has a course. He also, each Tuesday night, he has a Facebook Live and a YouTube Live that you can get on, ask questions. He's there every Tuesday. All right. Now, it's not many. I don't know a whole lot of people that got a whole lot of money that are that accessible, meaning if you got a question, you can put it in there and he will respond back to it. Okay. So I love that. And it's about getting the knowledge and the understanding. So I did take his course. I invested in it, right, and learned so much just about the market, and not even thinking about the market, just in general. All right, when you take a step back, for those people that aren't even investing, if you cut on the news, if you cut on any national news, they're going to, every episode, no matter what's going on, they're going to mention something about the stock market.
Yeah, you're right.
NBC, ABC, CBS, at some point, they're going to talk about the market. Then once you get to those specialized shows like CNBC or Fox Business Channel, they're going to have the market running all day. Okay. They're putting that stuff in your face because there's some people that have this knowledge and understand and know what that stuff means, know what all
Right.
them numbers mean.
Right.
And the reason that they're putting that stuff in your face all the time, somebody's making money. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
telling you right
Money
now,
is to be made. Yeah.
money is being made. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes when they talk about the market is doing bad, it is underperforming, people that don't have the knowledge and don't understand certain principles, they panic and they will sell and try to get out and say, I'm gonna take what I can get. I'm gonna sell my shares that I have. And what you've done is what you've done is you've helped more seasoned people buy your shares on a sale.
Mm-hmm.
When the
Yeah.
market is panicking, that should be a green light for people that are investing that it's a sale going on.
Wow.
Because if you've done your research on a company and you know it's a company, that you've done your research, it's a good company, well established, you know how to look at its financials, you know the market is going to rebound. So what you're doing is now you're just increasing your volume. And what I mean by increasing your volume, now you are just multiplying your money now, because
Yeah.
instead of having 1 shares of a company, now you have 4 shares. And
Right.
as that value increases, now that value is increasing not only in just 1 share, but now in 4 shares.
Quentin, man,
Or
you have a wealth of knowledge, man. And it can you give the name of the person that you were talking about?
Okay. Yep. Chris Virgin,
Chris Virgin.
Virgin. He has a show, the Ask Chris Show. He calls himself Cousin Chris, but Cousin Chris on it.
Okay.
Cousin Chris is on it.
And hey, hello, Jerry Allen, Jerry Perry, and Mr. Harrison. Thank y'all for joining tonight. Let's talk some more about this, Corinthian. Let's help, because our generation, that 35. I mean, we should have a grasp on this right now.
Mm-hmm.
But then the younger generation,
Yeah.
why is it so important for especially Black men, Black women, to really start thinking about investing and getting into the stock market?
All right. I think about the stock market as, how can I grow my money faster? That's what I want to use the stock market for. Having money and growing it faster. And what I mean by growing it, I'm talking about seeing the value that you put in, getting a return on your investment, and seeing that grow. Now, I'm not talking about things like options or day trading. I'm not talking about you investing for 24 hours and then you see yourself making $7,000. That's not my method. All right.
Okay. Okay.
I'm investing using patience equals profits.
Yep.
Okay. All right. So when I'm talking about investing, I'm talking about a 1 to 3 year time frame. All right. That's what I'm looking at. And the reason I say 1 year is because typically, if you have any holdings and you hold your holding for at least a year, you now reduce your capital gains tax that you have to pay on those earnings that you have. Okay.
Okay.
So I tell anybody, if you're investing in a company that you like, at least hold it for at least a year. And after
Okay.
that year, you can keep with it. You can sell it. You can do whatever. But Chris teaches hold it for at least a year because you reduce your tax burden. All right.
Okay.
Now my strategy in terms of identifying stocks that I invest in stocks that I at least have some knowledge about. All right.
There we go.
So there's plenty of companies out there. All right. I do not know all things about all companies, but there are some companies I have heard of.
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. And there's some companies you have heard of too. So I invest in companies that I've heard of, and I think about stocks, getting stocks in companies of things that we use every day.
Yeah.
We on Facebook right now,
Yeah.
right? We're on Facebook Live. I own some shares of Facebook. And what I want us to get into the mindset of for not only us, but also the younger generation, ownership. All right.
Yeah.
What we want to be getting to is ownership. So I own those shares of Facebook. I can keep them, I can sell them, whatever, but they mine. All right.
Yeah.
I got a small piece of Facebook. So look, you think about all the different companies where you making money for them.
Yeah.
Man, had them companies make some money for you. All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, all right. So Facebook, Google, is something that you're gonna use each day. All right.
Yeah.
Or if
Yeah.
you're on YouTube like we are, YouTube is owned by Google. I have some shares of Google. Microsoft. If Microsoft has Teams and different platforms and things like that, I got some shares of Microsoft. Amazon. Amazon is a company that Amazon's gonna be here for a long time.
Yeah.
The way
Yeah.
people
Yeah.
look,
the way my house looking is gonna
look,
be here for
I
a
was
long,
gonna say
long
you
time.
got all that Prime stuff. Look, thank you. Continue to buy more because you helping me. All right. Thank you. Lowe's is a company. Think about it in COVID,
Yeah.
where people had to stay at home, so they did a whole lot of do-it-yourself projects and things like that in the house.
HQ still around?
Don't get me the line. I do not know.
That's a good question.
Know.
I need to find out if they still around.
I don't know. I got some Tesla.
Hey. Hey, Angie said, "Let me hold $5." Hey, Angie. Hey, listen. Hey, Angela. She doing her thing. Hold on. I think she passed, and I hope she don't beat me up for saying this. Pass her nurse practitioner exam. Oh, not nurse practitioner. Or don't tell me what your new job title is, Angie. And sorry if I got it wrong, but you're doing a big thing. When we talk about we talking about growing up in the church, man, we got some stories for days.
From Mount Carmel.
Hey, correct. See, but you had to say it with force. Mount Carmel Pentecostal Church of Deliverance, where the people meet with God.
On Buxton and Blair. Well, a couple different locations. Yeah.
There we go. Hey, there we go. Psychiatric mental health nurse practitioner.
Congratulations. That is awesome.
This is black excellence at its best, man.
Awesome. That is
Black.
Awesome.
Hey,
so
can we get you on our show? Can you be a guest on our show, Angie?
Don't worry, put you on the spot right there. Look,
don't worry, you're gonna be.
Look, you got to do it now.
I should send you the link right now. But you know what I'm saying? This I'm proud of you, girl. Just amazing.
Yeah,
Amazing.
yeah, yeah,
Tell your
yeah.
family I said hello.
Please,
All
please.
right, Corinthian. She said, yes, she'll be on. So listen, we'll get the date to everybody, but you about to see a beautiful face, beautiful soul. And she can
Beautiful family. Yup,
help you
yup.
out with any, and not with this bonnet on. Hey, Chris, see, she made me think about bonnet now. That made me think about this current event. What's going on in the current
Hey man, look, Arthur, we might divert the whole
Granted,
show.
we're supposed to be talking about stocks, man. Granted, but now I'm thinking about a bonnet, and I just remember seeing a bonnet in something
Oh man,
the other day that I I really don't even want to touch on it, man.
man.
Honestly,
Hey Arthur, hey, look, we could go one of two ways,
one or
man.
two ways.
We can go one of two
Current,
ways.
what's his name? I current because I honestly I was just following Kevin Samuels. I didn't even know the brother name. I'm sorry, he just wasn't in my purview to watch. But what's his name?
Derek Jackson.
Derek Jackson. Okay, Jack. Great. All I can say is blink if you need it. blink twice if you need help.
Arthur, did you watch the video with the? Did you see it?
Yes, man, Corinthian. It
Arthur,
was
you
he
don't
was
have to
holding her
hold.
hand
You
so
don't have to do it, Arthur. I was uncomfortable about that. I was like, man.
Corinthian. It was just bad, but obviously, you know, the scriptures talk about hypocrite. You know,
Yeah,
I don't want to be a hypocrite. I probably
yeah,
been hypocritical in my life,
yeah.
but it's something I try not to do. But we can all fall in that. But that man that made a lot of money, man, a lot of money. And he's I believe he's helped a lot of people.
Yeah,
Um,
Arthur.
Go
Arthur,
ahead.
I have seen that person. I mean, he's been out for a while,
Okay.
and I had seen some snippets of his videos, and I'm talking about he. I would say with the messaging that he was using, I could see why so many people invested and
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and, and, and bought his books and his products because he was. Oh, he made the stuff sound great. What he, but he wasn't doing it.
So Corinthian, let me ask you this: can you take relationship advice from someone that's not married or someone that's been divorced? What is your purview of advice? Does the person have to have accomplished or amassed something in their personal life to be able to offer advice about something, or can someone offer great advice
Yeah.
even if they don't apply it to themselves?
Okay. All right. I'll say two things on that because that's a great question. So I'm always of the mind, chew the meat and spit out the bone.
Okay.
So, for example, an alcoholic of 20 years I think can give a great advice on the effects of drinking and how not to do it and why it's important and stuff like that. All right.
All right.
I think they really could. At the same time, it was a video that you sent off of, can everybody see it? Robert Kiyosaki, I believe that's the
Yeah.
name. He wrote Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, I'm going to just base it off of what he said in the video, not the book. He said there are teachers, and teachers actually do or operate in what they teach in every day.
Okay.
And then there are people that talk. So, for example, and the stock market stuff. The reason why I listen to Chris Virgin is because he shows me the receipts of the $946,000 in revenue that he made from his business in COVID. He shows me the receipts of his properties to all his students. He shows me the receipts of when he made the sale from his holdings in Facebook. He shows the step that he has. That's a teacher because he's operating in that. Okay. I can get on here and tell y'all, it's wise to save your money and stuff like that. But I want you to be talking to an expert or someone that operates in it.
Okay.
Now, if I had to pull out my receipts, I would show people my credit score is an 801. I would show people that I have holdings in those companies that I said I had them in.
Yeah, man.
I have an IRA. I have an IRA. I have my retirement account separate from my IRA.
There you go.
And the reason that I have that is because having my own brokerage account through Ally, I have the opportunity to buy and sell shares that I see fit.
Yeah. See, I ain't gonna speak on it because I don't got it. Don't listen to me.
But I had to learn that. Okay. I had to learn that. I had to learn that there's a difference between having a mutual fund and I have a mutual fund through my employer, which is great. They do employee matching. So anytime you have a company that does that, great, have it in there. But the ideal is being able to buy your own individual shares of stock. Right. You can grow your money faster. I'll give this example. My mutual fund for my employer, if you get a 12 to 15% return in a year, that's great for a mutual fund. It is. But what's greater is if you have stock in Amazon that in the past year, it had returns no lower than 40%. So when you think about it, do you want more of your money giving you a 12% return or giving you a 40% return?
Yeah.
Then I'll take it a step further. When you get more information, you can look at the composition of your mutual fund. All right. So it's a fund and an index. And what I mean by a fund is your money is spread out across, it might be thousands of stocks in your actual fund. The reason why it's spread out, or what's called over diversified in a way, is that lowers the risk. So if one company ain't doing well, it's not going to really affect your value. All right. So it's great to keep your stock kind of stabilized, but the alternative is there stocks in that value that are doing great, that are outperforming the fund, and then there's stocks that are pulling the fund down.
Okay.
It's ideal to have all your money concentrated in the stocks that are doing well. So if you look at the composition of your mutual fund, they'll show on what's called a Morningstar report. They'll show your top 10 holdings or what's making your mutual fund go up, stay at 12% or get 15%. And it'll have the companies listed in clear language. My goal was to take, when I bought my shares, I wanted to invest in those companies, those high earning companies. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense.
So when you look at it, some of the companies that I just named already are in those funds. Facebook, Microsoft, Amazon. But what I've done was, instead of having money spread out across 1,000 different stocks, now I've just concentrated it into three, four,
Gotcha.
5. So that means that my money is going to grow faster by doing that. So look, don't take my word for it. Talk to, most companies have, at my employer, you can talk to your financial advisor. I have one, great guy from Voya. And I told him after learning some information, I told him, look, I want to take $15,000 of what I rolled into this account, and I want to take it and buy my own stocks in that. And the man said, where did you get that information from? And I was like,
Yeah,
man, I
yeah,
learned it.
yeah.
He was like, by you doing that, you would definitely grow your money faster. That's the right move to make. So all he was doing was validating what I had researched
What you
and
had
what I
already.
got some knowledge about myself. All right. So I would say for the main takeaway I would want anyone to take away from this conversation is the important knowledge is power. I mean,
There we go.
It sounds like a cliche, but once you get money, once you have an understanding about how this stuff works, then you can make some better informed decisions. And I do not plan on keeping all my money in the stock market. I want to convert money that I've grown in the stock market into buying hard assets. What I mean by hard asset, my next purchase is going to be a duplex,
There
and
we go. Sleep on it.
I'm gonna live in one side and I'm gonna rent out the other side.
There we go. Hey, hey, listen, for everybody that's listening to this, you're getting some good tips of the trade, some tips from none other than Corinthian G. Kelly himself. I really encourage you to really listen to what he says. And he's pointing you. I mean, he's just a front runner by being on the show, but he's pointing you to some experts that are doing this on the daily. So definitely check out Chris Virgin, correct?
Chris Virgin, yes, sir.
Chris Virgin, and I think that will help you on your way. He's been talking about rolling over, roll bounce. He said roll. Hey, Greg, you was talking about roll. Hey, let your money work for you. What the money that you got in your 401k or your IRA, you might
let your money work for
you. Let it breathe.
You gotta let it work for you. I want my money working. I want my money to work for me when I'm sleeping.
There we go.
That's the goal.
So Corinthian. So basically, when we were just talking about Mr. Jax and how you responded to the, do you want advice from somebody that is doing it, or can you take advice for someone that is knowledgeable about it? They might not necessarily be applying it, but is advice, or does it matter where it's coming from?
Yeah. Well, I would say internally, it takes a level of discernment for the receiver.
Okay.
The receiver has to discern, if it's good, credible advice. We think about, for example, there's credentials for a reason. Okay.
Yeah.
People have credentials for a reason. Do you want to listen to somebody that told you he's watched, episodes of Perry Mason, or do you want somebody with a Juris Doctorate representing you?
I got my law degree watching Matlock, man.
Yeah. Do you want that? Does that make you an expert, make you knowledgeable about it? So, you have to use discernment. And then I would say also you have to know yourself as well. You have to know yourself, because if you fickle or easily swayed, I mean, you have to know what your goals are. You have to be comfortable in your own skin. You used a quote earlier that was it comparison is
the thief of all joy.
Exactly. Yeah. So if you doing stuff to try to keep up with the person to the left or the right, then you might run yourself into a.
All right. So let me ask you this, Corinthian. What's up with this cancel culture then? The cancel culture. Now, because of whatever happened with Mr. Jackson, his relationship and his dealings, is he a part of this cancel culture now? Because I believe what's the singer name? Beautiful Chrisette Michele.
Okay.
She had performed, I believe, for Donald Trump's something, and I'm telling you, most people just canceled her out. and I think wrongfully so. But they weren't attending her shows, they weren't supporting her music, stuff like that. Do you believe that this is going to be a product of cancel culture, Mr. Jackson?
Well, I'm not a fan of cancel culture.
Okay.
And I say I'm not a fan of cancel culture, because I don't think anyone is irredeemable. Like, what I'm
Ooh.
saying is, if we just cancel everybody that if we X them out, that means that we put them in a box and say they can't grow and be better. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not a fan of cancel culture.
Kid said Derek Jackson needs to find another stream of income. Maybe he can start investing.
Well, but see, look now, what Akia while Akia might not support Derek Jackson anymore, someone else will. So
Right.
what I'm saying is, I wasn't invested in Derek Jackson to start with. I've learned over time to not put any man, woman, child
Ooh,
up on a
ooh,
pedestal.
ooh.
Neither should anyone else,
Yeah,
because I could fall. Anyone can fall, right?
yeah, yeah.
Okay. Um, and but I'm saying, you know, there is power in the redemption story as well. You
Correct.
see what I'm saying? So if they do reconcile, and now they're stronger, having gone through that situation, more power to them. So I'm not a fan of cancel culture. I'll say that.
Okay, not a fan of cancel culture. I think that happens a lot in the church. Obviously, yeah, I mean we all sin,
Yeah,
and if someone does happen to do something that is not um, catering to what they preach about,
yeah.
it's easy for us to say, you know what, I can't deal with that. But like you said, it's some people understand the redemption story because they too have been through the same thing. And
Absolutely.
if people had left them out on the side of the road, they might not be the person that or the people that they are today. But then I think about the phrase, "Fool me once,
Yeah.
shame on you. Fool me twice,
That's it.
shame on me."
Absolutely.
Uh,
Absolutely. No, that's a good point. Okay. Now I'll use this analogy. Okay. You also want folks that are are qualified. Okay.
mm,
So, for example, um, are you gonna go to the fitness coach that is fit and in shape, and that you can see the evidence of their fit and shape,
yeah.
or you gonna continuously go and spend your money to someone that's telling you how to get in shape, but they're overweight, or they're obese, or
All right,
they're out of
Quentin.
shape?
All right, so you hit. All right, so you hit now. Um, I can't answer that. I'm gonna answer that if you can answer this one then, because
Okay.
you just said, am I gonna go to the one that is fit in shape? And Angie said, I mean, his advice could be sound. He just wasn't strong enough to live that life. That's correct.
Mm,
So that's when you said eat the meat, spit out the bone.
yeah.
We sometimes we got to be able to take advice as is. If it's truth, it's truth. I know
Yeah.
we can't deny it,
Yeah.
but he wasn't strong enough to live by it,
Yeah.
and he has to be judged by what he has spewed out of his mouth. All right, so
Yeah.
we can agree to that. So, Quentin, you said that would I go to a trainer that is overweight, or would I go to one that's fit? But let's remember that person that's fit could have been using steroids. That
Right.
person that's fit, and especially for a lot of females, could have had surgery.
Mm,
Now they're portraying as they got fit by working out, but
mm,
no, they got fit because they had this surgery. So what do we say about it? Can that be applied into what you were saying?
yeah. Yeah. Now that's great. So I would say that, again, personal discernment,
Mm,
personal, You have to do your own research.
Right.
There is, you know, you have to take things with a grain of salt. You know, I don't take anything as the, you know, what I'm saying is you have to, if you shine a light on anything, you can see some cracks and flaws in anything. All right. You have to do some discernment. I have to know, for example, when I use the trainer example, I got to know that, all right, I can be going to this person. They give me great advice, strategies, things to do, but the heavy lifting has to be done by
Has
me.
to be. Wow. Wow.
I got to do it. So, I mean, it's one thing for that person to be fit and in shape, but if I'm not, it's things that I have to do some lifestyle changes. I have to do some modification. I have to discipline myself. I gotta use moderation. I gotta have portion size control. I
Mm,
gotta wake up and be consistent and work out every day.
right.
If my goal is to lose weight, right?
Oh, okay.
Or get in shape or any of that.
Could the bigger motivator be the person? Hey, what's up, Randy? Another example of Black excellence. Now I'm not listening to a trainer who haven't put in work to be a true example. I feel you, but let's analyze this a little bit more. The person that's overweight, if they tell me, hey, listen, you need to eat healthy, you need to work out, you need to go to the gym, so you don't end up looking like me.
Yeah,
They're motivating me, and they can also be training me mentally to say, hey, I don't want to look like this.
absolutely. No, that's what I'm saying. That's
Okay.
meat I can chew. You see what I'm saying?
Oh,
I can chew
wow.
that's great meat that I can chew. In
Mm.
in any scenario, I don't see them as a hypocrite. They just they telling you the real. All right, they telling you the real. So yeah,
Okay, all right. Well, I would love to hear some more comments about this whole thing. But yes, I would definitely want to go to a trainer that knows what they are talking about,
yeah,
and they can show me the results. Now, does it have to be with them? I mean, show me the results of people that they have trained.
yeah.
Have they gotten to a level of what I'm trying to aspire to?
Arthur, it's just like you, Arthur. Like we said before, you can tell by the fruit.
Mm.
Okay, if you a trainer and have a great program, I'm gonna see people that have benefited from your training. I'm gonna see that. If you're teaching me about healthy relationships and marriage, I'm gonna see that in yours. All
Wow.
right, and to the extent that it can be seen, I'll say that. And
I
to
love
the
it.
extent it can be seen, but I don't want to put all the onus on these so-called experts.
Yeah.
There has to be a level of accountability and turn. I wouldn't even go to Chris Virgin and say, "Hey, you supposed to make me a millionaire." That ain't
Right, right,
his job.
right.
That all he's doing is showing me some things that I didn't know before. It's up to me to take and apply that those lessons.
Wow. For
They
Randy
might work
said
for
the fruit
some.
is the reflection of the tree.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, look, you can't say it no better than
Corinthian,
that.
it just reminds me of the episode Different World. Debbie Allen, she was Whitney Gilbert's counselor when she was trying to get through or get over Dwayne Wayne. And she taught her the model of relax, relate, release.
Release.
But there was a particular episode where she comes over to the Colonel's house for Christmas, and she is going through her own issues in her life. She's counseling Whitney, but Whitney Gilbert, but she is having a lot of things going on as far as maybe divorce. Her and her husband aren't getting along, but yet she does have a model on how to overcome it. She just wasn't applying it in her life. But Whitley was trying to get her to say, hey, Doc, you have taught me. Relax, relate, release. So I'm thinking that a trainer or someone that is giving advice can give good advice.
Yeah.
And I love this concept of chewing the meat and spitting out the bones. I love that.
Yeah. But with anything, I mean, to be proficient at things, to be an expert at things, to overcome struggle areas, like that's rare.
Yeah.
That's very, very rare. And the point I'm trying to make is there are people out there that have that model that you know, when you're listening to someone with that Whitley Gilbert scenario, you know, that was trying to teach patience and being calm and remaining calm.
Right.
All right. It's people that can talk about that, but then it's people that apply that into their lives every day. So you don't see them overreacting because they have practiced those things. They discipline themselves to do those things day in and day out. Now, what I'll say is, it's people that I'll use this analogy. It's people that talk about the gym, and it's people that be about the
gym. Yeah.
I can talk about going to the gym, but a better reflection of me being in the gym is you see me there every day.
Wow.
I mean,
it's nothing else to say.
It's nothing else to say. I'll see it. Your fruit will reflect it.
Man, Derrick Jackson, I believe he has a bit of narcissism and a bit of some habitual something going on in that scenario. Which I ain't I don't know the brother, so I can't get into that.
I'm gonna play devil's advocate. I'm gonna play devil's advocate for a second, man. All right, the brother, he's a handsome brother.
Yeah.
He's a handsome brother. And then he's on a platform that goes out to I don't know how many people. That already, you're going to get a level of attention just by that. And what I would say is, you know, I'm trying to wonder how many people, you know, how many of the females didn't know that he was married. You know, and don't get me wrong, he was wrong for what he did. I'm gonna say
you make that known because you're gonna get some.
I know. Look,
it's gonna be some cancel culture going on. Make sure you make that.
I had to pedal back.
Quick, I was fast and in a hurry.
I saw me veering off, but I had to bring it back because it got hot.
It got hot. Hey, Chris, I got hot. I'm about to turn on my ceiling fan right now.
You know what? I'm done, man. I don't know what. I'm done.
Nah, Chris, finish that thought. I want to see where you going with this. This about to be good.
But the point I'm trying to make is, I think about any person in a position that has a platform. It's a magnet for certain things, especially if you're giving good, you know, if people are receiving and benefiting from what you're saying, and you know, his whole thing is being a gentleman and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah,
you're gonna attract.
Yeah, D's messed him up. D's messed him up. D's hey, meet the Browns. That's what messed him up. So, Quentin, let me see if we're gonna try to get out this hot water.
Man, it's hot, man.
I feel like the Nina, the Pinch, and the Santa Maria.
We sinking, man. We sinking. Look, I'm gonna end it. Look, you know how when you got the screen come up, so technical difficulty, I'm about to do that.
So,
Hey,
in playing devil's advocate, you're saying because a smart, intelligent, black, handsome, works out all the time. You see that, and he is good with words. He's a wordsmith.
he's a wordsmith.
And it's almost now that we understand that he pretty much had a split tongue because, when you see a snake, they have a tongue, but it's split. So they can tell you lie, and truth. So obviously, so are you saying because he is so out there, he's sought after all over the country, that women were flocking to him? And are you saying that he just couldn't hold them off, or are you saying that this is all a gimmick for him, where he uses this platform because he knows the response that he's going to get?
I want to say when he started, look, we seeing Derrick Jackson
At this level,
at this level,
okay.
But he had to start out somewhere where
He started off with Bonnet.
he started off with Bonnet. He started off maybe 2 or 3 people watching his thing. He had to grow something. Okay. And what I'm saying with the growth and that, it's going to attract more attention. It's going to attract. Now, I'm not saying that if the message you speaking is about positivity and relationships and stuff like that, I'm saying you got to be strong enough to resist that temptation. But I'm telling you, that temptation is there.
Yeah, the Bible say resist the devil and he will flee.
But the Bible say the devil know what you like too. The devil knows that.
Hey man, there's no hope for. Hey, Derek, if you listen to, hey man, go get check yourself into.
I need a bond. Look, I'm about to get a bond.
Hey, check yourself into someplace, man. You need some help, brother, man. I really don't think anything can help you. His roots have rotted. Wow. These are. I'm gonna have to trademark that. I'm gonna have to say that. That was sharp, tight, and crisp. Who used to say that, Corinthian?
Hey, Coach Rose.
Hey, Coach Rose, man. Coach Rose, man. No, he knew. And it's pretty obvious. I feel for his wife, and because she needs some counseling. It's evident in how she presented herself, and evident in how she has responded, that obviously is a spiritual battle going on with her, excluding him. And again, sister, if you need some help, just blink twice. You need some help too. So I hope y'all get the help that you need in the counseling, and we all can. I need. Well, Kia say I need counseling too.
I do too. I need it too.
What's the part of, and this is why we're gonna have Angela on. What's the part about, I think, our black people in general not wanting counseling or seeking counseling out? Do you think that a majority of black people do venture into some counseling, or do you think that we kind of say, yeah, we got it, we done been through all this, we really don't need that?
It's almost taboo in our culture, and I think it's a couple of different factors. We are very spiritual, so there's a lot of people that say we can pray everything away, and that works to an extent, but we also have the discernment to know when you need professional help, and more of us have to recognize, the warning signs, and be the support system. The person says it's okay to go do that. It needs to be normalized in our community. It's normal in certain cultures. I had a coworker, a white coworker. He goes and sees a therapist. Like, it's not, that's part of his normal.
Wow. Yeah.
And what I'm saying is, just like you go to that mental health is just as important as your physical health. So there's a lot of, you know, things that we could benefit from, but that thought process has to start so early where it has to be destigmatized, especially I would say even more so for males.
Well, let me ask you this, Corinthian. When we were growing up, and thank you, Angela. She and Kia, Kia said millennials are more open to counseling now than our parents or our grandparents. And then
Absolutely.
Angie said exactly, Corinthian. Jesus is my counselor for the older generation. That's how they
Yeah.
thought, and
Yeah.
we had very evident in our family. But let me ask you
Absolutely.
this: do you think that as the Black generation, we could have been a little bit better off in this aspect if we communicated with our parents what we were dealing with, or if our parents were more open to share their experiences when it came to certain things, that and we might not be in the situation that we needed counseling
Yeah.
to this day, if we were just more open in our family unit to discuss problems, fears, hopes, ambitions more openly, and our parents being honest with us about mistakes that they probably made in their life
Yeah.
that they're just shielding us from, but in them thinking that they're shielding us from is really hurting us because we didn't have the model of, oh, my mom used to do this, my
Yeah.
dad used to do this.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
what do you think?
Absolutely. There has been a huge communication there, and I would say on both sides. I would say on both sides. So I would say from parents to children and children to parents. It's been a gap. I
Wow.
would say by the time we get in high school, especially for boys, for males, you know, I think about the shift from we used to eat dinner together at the table and talk. And then by the time we got middle school, high school, doing so many different things, it turned into microwave where now I go eat in
Right.
my room and
Right.
stuff like that. So I think there to overcome that, there takes a level of intentionality that's needed. You
Okay.
have to intentionally say, look, we're gonna sit down and eat together. We're gonna talk about what happened, what went well. And I think it's so important. No one likes to talk about their mistakes, right? But those are some of the greatest learning opportunities.
Mm.
Learning from your mistakes. What didn't go well? What did you wish you would have known?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know. Because if you're wise and prudent, you say, well, that's a pitfall I can avoid by doing this. But
Right.
you won't know until someone expresses that.
Mm.
In the church, you say it's your testimony and things like that. People overcome by the word of your testimony.
Right.
So, I mean, there's intentionality on both sides.
I
I would
love that.
also say, in our situation, you know, there's a generational, um, there's a generational gap, and then you also have to think, all right, if our parents were kind of deficient in that, being open up and sharing, you got to think about how did they grow up?
Right.
It Arthur, you got to think about our grandparents' generation. You talking about depression era generation. Are
Yeah.
you sitting here talking about what went wrong every day in depression era, or this is the reality and we got to still move forward? You
Yeah.
see what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So
Yeah.
when I think about that, I see why my granddad did some of the things he did. I see why you see what I'm saying? So
Wow. Yeah. No, Corinthian. Kia said our parents did treat us as if we didn't have feelings as kids. We were just to do as they said, do well in school and go to church. I would say, yeah. I mean, the 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 level of talks that we had growing up, I think could have been on a broader scale about certain things. But I do appreciate our parents specifically for keeping us near the cross or in church, and modeling that for us, because there are a lot of people that I've come across that did not have uh, a true spiritual upbringing to where I can see and how they maneuver now that they didn't really have the balance to be able to handle all things and any and everything. So I would encourage parents, and I'm talking to myself right now, just those dinner table talks are very important, and what we model for our children are very important.
Yeah, I think that's spot on. It takes a level of intentionality, but Arthur, also I'll think about. I'll say two things. When you don't know what you don't know, so now it's more accepted and comfortable to talk about counseling and things like that. But was it that way 50 years ago?
Yeah.
Was it that way, in our grandparents' generation? I don't know.
Wow. Wow.
I would say probably not. You didn't see a whole lot of those examples. But I'll also say when you know better, you do better.
Do better.
So
Yeah.
there is intentionality that has to be taken. You do have to model for the younger generation what you want them to see. If you want them to be more open and communicative, how are you modeling that?
Wow.
What's the gateway to say, hey, look, this a open space where you can tell me how you feeling? How do we do that?
Yeah.
You know, are you modeling that for your kids, or
Right.
or are you doing what a lot of parents do is, can you think about our parents really telling us about their feelings and stuff like that?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
if you don't see that, why would I then open up and vice
Quentin,
versa? So,
you're so right. You're speaking so truth, and you honestly, you preaching to me right now, because there was an incident that happened the other day in the house, and Blake, something happened and he started crying. Well, he didn't want to look at me, but he went to mom and he cried, and he just kept his eyes closed. He didn't want to look at my face.
yeah,
And I think I understood at that point. Well, obviously, I have set a precedent that if it get to me, so it's gonna be some furniture moving.
if it moves, yeah.
If it get to me, it's gonna be some furniture moving. So I haven't allowed for that safety where he can feel comfortable telling me his failures.
Yeah.
And I think I understand now. And I'm going to do better in that.
Yeah.
Because I want him to be able to come to me and tell me. And if he's dealing with something, I want him to be able to come to me and tell me this. But I think that was kind of like the eye-opening experience that I needed to understand that.
But Arthur, Arthur, the fact that you recognize that is huge.
Yeah.
Arthur, but think about how early that stuff is imprinted.
Yeah.
He's 5.
Yeah.
Now we trying to talk about people that have been operating this way for. I'm about to turn 35.
Yeah. Yeah.
We ain't do a whole lot of feeling and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So those are harder, but you have to set a foundation for that early.
Wow.
If you want it. Man, I'll give this example. I came across this video. When I find it, I'll send it out. It was an athlete podcast with Brandon Marshall. Brandon Marshall, NFL player, played for the Denver Broncos, the Jets. Great player. Had a great career. But he's on it with Chad Ochocinco. Had a great career with the Bengals.
Bengals, yeah. Mm-hmm.
And some other teams, and they're talking, and he's like, we don't really talk about our feelings, especially as athletes, the things that we had to train our mind to do to go out and play a real violent sport. But we go through things, we still human. And man, they was talking and the guy was like, man, y'all my boys, but I don't know why I don't reach out to y'all when I'm going through something.
Wow.
Right. And then Chad Ochocinco was just dealing with the loss of his parent. right? Which was huge. So he's trying to cope with it, man. And it was like, man, look, let's break it in and have a group hug. So they came in a group hug, and Chad Ochocinco started crying. He broke down, man. And Arthur, it was so powerful to for me,
Wow. Yeah.
for him to be that vulnerable, but to have that space where he felt comfortable to do that. I
Right.
was like, that's the kind of spaces that we need to be creating
Yeah.
early, because we're Arthur, we're hardwired to say I'm good.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never talked to anybody. I've never talked to anyone, male friend of mine, that comes out and says, "Man, so much is going." Like, they don't never just come out and tell me everything they going on. It normally starts off, "Man, I'm good, man."
Yeah. Yeah.
When you not, you see
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's we, you know, as friends and as family, we got to be able to ask those probing questions, be supportive, and then be able to know that, man, it sounds like you need a little bit more support than I can
Oh,
give.
yeah. 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 You need some professional help.
You need some professional help, and normalize it and say that's okay. You know, so
Wow, no, powerful, man. Corinthian, we out of time, but I appreciate those of y'all who have been sticking with us. I know y'all watching us on multiple platforms. Thanks for everybody that's on Corinthian's feed and obviously this live feed and watching us on YouTube. You will be able to check a portion of this episode on our podcast channel, Kicking It with the Kellys. You can download our podcast app, iTunes, and also Spotify. We have talked about stock market. We talked about advice. We've talked about mental health. We got our next guest.
man, we did a lot. Look, we
And
accomplished a
we
lot
did a
in this
lot.
show.
Hey, in an hour and 37, we did a lot, man. And hey, we gonna keep coming back and bring you some live chats, and we just gonna be talking. And this is what we do. Me and Corinthian would just hop on FaceTime and just be talking about any and everything. So you getting a taste of it right now. We got some. Daryl will be joining us, y'all. I'm telling. We're not pulling the okey doke on y'all. He will be joining us. He does exist. He will be on with us. So just be patient with us. We're gonna get him on, and but this is another powerful chat, Corinthian. I appreciate. Hey, if you don't like it, hey, we don't know what to tell you. We just gonna keep swinging, man.
Yes, sir. Yes,
Corinthian, awesome brother, man. Thank you again for all those tips and tricks of the trade of the stock market, and I hope someone does utilize that. Hey, your stimulus check.
That's
Do
an
something with
opportunity.
it.
That's an opportunity. If not, it's an opportunity. You ain't gotta do the whole thing, but some.
Do
Some
so.
way.
Do so.
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thanks for kicking in with us tonight.
Yes, sir.
See you on the next one. Peace.